Welcome, everyone, to this
We're
week's
here.
Menlo Midweek
We are here.
podcast. My name is Mark. We
I'm
have
Phil.
and Missy.
I'm Missy.
Missy is
Get
on our
ready.
next gen team.
Let's
And
go.
also my wife and the mother of my child.
That's right.
How
Our
dare
child.
you? You're my husband.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Mark is my husband.
Yeah.
And Phil is my friend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
And this
A lot of
episode's
main
gonna be
character
great.
energy. Here.
Yeah.
A lot of main character energy.
But we all know who really is. So, Phil, and his message today.
No,
that was
no,
so
no.
good. Thank you, Phil.
No, don't do the pivot.
Did you like that transition? That was impressive, huh?
Yeah.
That was a great pivot.
Thank you.
It's also excruciatingly hot as we're listening to this, or as we're recording this, and I just am holding on. Like I want summer to stay forever, but at the same time, I'm kind of like I'm ready for fall just because of the weather.
Yeah.
You're kind of a sweaty creature, though, and I'm more of like.
Thank you.
Sorry. Like my body temperature, I feel like is like 6 degrees lower than yours at all times. So I'm just basking in this weather. What about you?
I mean, it's miserable. And I mentioned a few weeks ago how I'm a weather wimp. Like it was cold and I wore a jacket outside.
Yeah.
And I'm a weather wimp because yesterday it was like
Beautiful.
hot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so hot. This is the worst. And I look and it's 85. And this is most of America right now is in much
Well
hotter
above,
temperature. And they're like figuring it out. And I'm like, I can't go on.
Oh my
so,
gosh, you've truly acclimated.
yeah,
You are
yeah.
a true
So
Bay Area, California.
I
now.
feel comfortable between 73 and 75 degrees. That's
Oh my gosh, that's my range as well.
that's my preferred temperature.
72, way too cold.
Yeah, freezing. Yeah.
Can't
fine.
go outside.
You're both
Yeah.
wrong. 71. that's perfect.
Yeah, you even double into 68 in shorts, and you're just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. That's
Well,
what I'm
if it's
saying,
like if it's a
sweaty
warm
creature.
68, then I'm good. But if it's like trending down at 68, then no, that's way
Bone
too
chilling.
cold. Yeah.
Bone chilling.
That's crazy.
Get the parka.
I wear that down.
You'd be surprised. I mean, Missy and Loren in our central office, I feel like they are tied for always cold. I think Loren's the clear winner, though,
Oh,
to be
for
honest.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
With her
Like-
little space heater.
Like something's going on.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Like nerves or
Yeah,
like
dude,
what
she works next to
happened?
you. Of course she's nervous.
Oh, sweet bird, Mark.
Oh, nice.
Same team,
the,
same team.
Yeah, yeah. The two
Yeah, double team
stacked
by
up
the
together. This
Morinishis
is
today.
It's an
amazing.
intervention. No, I'm just kidding.
Amazing.
look at
Phil,
Micah.
this is a staff culture podcast. I respect it actually. The whole team's here all of a sudden. Like
They all come
"Oh,
out. There's
what
a
are we
banner."
doing?" Yeah.
Add in
Chill out.
post.
Yeah.
But yes, fall weather's here. We did some fun fall things already to kick off this year with students, which I want to talk about. We did a back to school bash, which was awesome. And then we had a middle school mix at Menlo Park,
Yeah.
which Phil was at, which was also awesome. So let's dive into those before we get into the episode. So what was back to school bash? Who was it for? What was
Oh
it?
my gosh. Back to School Bash
Yep.
was for everyone. I know it's an next gen event, but it is really welcoming all of our students, all of our kids, families back in person in town and just celebrating the new academic calendar, I suppose, but the new year starting off. And so it's just a great way to welcome everyone home and just kick off the school year right with a party. We had foam, we had inflatables, obstacle courses, prize wheels. Come on. It's always a party.
That has your name written all over it.
Love me a prize wheel. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Come on. Did you just feel that excitement surging within you? There is nothing like that sound that gets my blood going. I'm just like, yes! We had it.
Yes.
Anyways, you were there, though.
I was. Yeah.
Did you get to
yeah.
go in the foam?
I was in the foam. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Did you find any mini Jesuses?
So many mini Jesuses, and Mark Swarner.
Wow.
Mark Swarner and I are doing high school ministry at Menlo Park, and Mark got up, and we were like messing around before high school got started, and he's like, these kind of look like fruit snacks. Wouldn't it be a funny joke? Like, these are some terrible fruit snacks. And I was like, Mark, make that joke. Like after the game,
Yes.
walk up like chewing a baby Jesus
So
thing,
deadpan, yeah.
and just be like, man, these gummies are terrible. And we're both like, this is hilarious. This is gonna kill, whatever. And so he does it, not one.
Oh.
And so then I get up and I make some dad jokes.
Yeah, you do.
And so, I mean, Mark and I are hilarious.
Yeah.
There are a group of high schoolers that do not seem convinced, but we're going to wear them down.
I believe in you.
Yeah, we're going to get there. But it was great. It was really fun. And then middle school midweek was really cool. First time that we've done it since before COVID.
Yeah.
And so there were kids that had heard about it, but no kid that's in middle school now
Right.
was in middle school then. And so they were coming into kind of like a new idea, a new space. And like the sweetest, I was there, I watched it happen. A girl like walks in and she's just kind of overwhelmed by, there's like food and games and other kids and there's a movie on. Like it's just a fun thing after school. Because if you don't know, in Menlo Park, it's like a gang of middle schoolers on bikes coming down Santa Cruz. If
It's
you're
kind of intimidating to be honest.
like if
scary.
you're
It is
to
a
go
gang.
outside
That's a
during
great
that
way.
time.
yeah, and if you're driving, like you should just wait 20 minutes.
for
It's
sure.
not. So
Yep.
they're cruising down, and they go down Santa Cruz, and they hang out at the picnic tables outside of Walgreens.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
a pretty easy bar to clear to be like, let's do something better than picnic tables outside of Walgreens.
How dare you?
And
Walgreens is doing their absolute best. They've got a full 2 aisles for candy.
Yep, for sure.
But you're right, we do.
And so all of that is happening. She walks in and she just goes, "Why are you guys doing this?" And Javon, Central Ministries, he just goes, "Because we love you guys." Like, and it was, I mean, Javon's made for that
Yeah,
moment.
for sure.
And
Big
so
smile.
it was just so sweet. We had like more than 50 kids there. I think like 4 of them were kids from Menlo.
Wow.
So that's
awesome.
a ton of kids that are just kids in the community, and that's doing it the very first time. No real advertising, just a sign on the side of the building. So we're really hopeful about the chance that we get to create a safe place for students after school during the week at Menlo Park on Wednesdays, and really fun to have. We had like a couple volunteers who came in to help and support it just in the middle of the week. That was awesome. So really exciting. It was awesome. It was a wildly full weekend into a wildly full week, but I think for me those are these really cool reminders of like why you do all of this. You get to see it in kids' faces who are going, hey, do people care about me? Like today at school was really hard. Home is not going to be the easiest thing for me. I'm feeling overwhelmed already, and to have a place that's like, oh, this is what I asked a group of students on Sunday night in high school ministry. I said, hey, like for you, if you think about high school ministry this year, what's the thing that for you is going to really make this worth it? Like, why would this matter for you? And basically one of the kids was like, this is the place where the pressure's off. Like everywhere else in my life, I feel pressure. I feel pressure to perform academically. I feel pressure to perform athletically. I feel pressure to get into that school. And when I'm here, I don't feel pressure. So that's, I think, hopefully a gift that we get to give students and kids in a community that can feel very high pressure, that they can come belong even before they believe, and pressure's off.
Yeah.
That's great.
Love that.
And what I love about that too is that gift is just rooted in presence, and it's rooted in the perspective that we have as trying to bring hope to people, whether they know that they need it or not. And the way that we do that is by trying to take off that societal pressure and the culture that we're swimming in by being like we're going the other way with this. We're slowing down. We're saying that God loves you and created you just the way that you are, not who you have to be or not how many things you have to do or the grades that you get. And that's what we're kind of diving into for this next series that we're in. So we kicked off that series this weekend, Phil, called The Art of Showing Up. Let's go ahead and give people an overview of what this series is, and then let's dive into your weekend
Wasn't that
message.
an amazing segue? By the way?
Wow, yeah, I
He's
should
incredible.
take some notes.
He's
That
incredible.
was incredible.
It,
Wow,
like
people.
I know it's coming.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah,
it's coming
yeah.
every
You're, like,
time.
excited.
And you're like, well, how's he gonna do it? How's he gonna do it? And he's a master at it. So we're doing a series called The Art of Showing Up, and it's really been building all summer. We did, Inspired and Uncomfortable, and we talked about some of these challenging topics and God's real character, how he shows up.
Yeah.
And then we did Foreign Faith. What does it look like to stand out in a culture that wants you to blend in? And then The Art of Showing Up, kind of on the heels of that, is about, okay, so now what? Like, what do we do with all of that? And I think the idea of most of us are, in our own minds, the main character in the story of our life. And it just doesn't take very much at all to show up in the life of someone else in a way that like confounds their expectations, and they go, "Wow, like you care about me? Like this isn't just a conversation about how you can get what you need, but you really do care about me." And so I think that's like a really sweet gift that we'll be walking through, teaching directly from Jesus over the next few weeks, where he's going to give us some tools and handles about hopefully ways we can show up with some of the yeses that we've intentionally chosen this fall, some of the nos we've intentionally chosen this fall, and how do we show up as the kind of people that really extend hospitality and kindness to the people around us.
That's great. Yeah, we kicked it off by looking at what it means to kind of step into community and do the uncomfortable thing. And I loved, Phil, at the beginning of your message, you gave this trumpet example. Missy and I, Missy has a great story about being not in a band, but in band.
Heck yeah. Thanks for shouting out
So,
band.
Miss,
you know, the band
why are
kids.
you covering your eyes and...
Okay, so I was also in band.
Yeah.
First chair clarinet.
Way to
baby.
go.
I know, let's go. I practiced a lot.
Yeah,
And
great.
I was terrible. But I did practice. And I remember telling Mark pretty much our whole relationship, like, first chair over here, let's go. And really, like, claiming that as part of my identity. Well, my little cousins recently decided to join band, and one of them chose clarinet. And we were kind of over at my grandma's house, hanging out with them, listening to them squeak and try to play. And Mark was like, oh, cousin Missy over here was first chair.
Let's
see
go
what
for
she's
sure.
got."
Let's see what you got.
After how many years? Like, I'm
don't
like
know.
just barely out of high school, so like maybe
Yeah,
a few.
3 or 4.
Yeah, at the most. And he hands me the clarinet. And when I tell you I could not make a single sound out of that stupid instrument, I was furious. And I was like, oh, it must be the reed. The reed is wet, not wet. Which I was proud of myself. I remembered it was called
Sure,
a reed.
yeah, yeah.
But then my little cousin was like, I've got another reed for you right here. And he came on and still couldn't make it play. That was a real low of lows.
And you just broke the clarinet in half.
And then what
stormed out.
happened?
And then I handed it to Mark and he played it for me.
I've never touched a clarinet in my life.
Which is just the story of our relationship. If I just anybody that knows Mark and has done anything, spent any time with Mark, it is so infuriating because you'll just be like,
Amazing.
poured 1,000 hours into this thing that I am mediocre at. And he's like, oh, let me pick it up for the first time. And it's just amazing at it. So.
Amazing.
And very humble.
The reed worked.
The reed worked.
It was the reed. It was for sure the reed.
I hate you.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I'm really glad you pulled that analogy
Yeah.
out. You know,
Yeah.
the band kids aren't seen enough. They're the unsung heroes of football games.
Sure. Sure. You know, I've heard that a lot.
Do you draft them in your
Yeah,
fantasy
yeah. A
football?
lot of
Like what
yeah,
band
yeah,
do you
yeah,
get?
Yeah.
It's very important for
band
the
and mascot.
atmosphere.
Guys.
You're telling me that you've never played off the energy
For my
of the
first round pick,
environment?
I'm picking the Hudson High School marching band. Like, oh, okay,
First chair
sounds good.
clarinetist.
Yeah,
Clarinetist? I don't even know if that's what it's called. Anyways, yes, I appreciate that opening as well, Phil. Thank you so. I'm trying to segue like Mark. How can I do it?
yeah, it's
Do you carry any of that residual like lesson that you've learned about showing up with you today, and maybe even into your spiritual practices?
that's good.
That
That
was
was,
good.
that was-
Go.
Yeah,
that was
for
good.
That was great.
Yeah, I mean, I think there were lots of things when I was younger where I was not always the most talented or gifted at it, but I was going to be the one that like kind of outworked everybody. And so I think probably some of that got poured into me in that period of time where it was like, oh, I'm not going to ever be the best trumpet player, but I can work really hard and be better because of it. And there were lots of times like that. And I mean, I think that in my pursuit with God, I think it's easier for me to understand the benefits of regular rhythms, even if I don't feel like I'm getting something immediately out of it. Just the benefit of routine and putting time in. And I think some of us, that's more challenging, where you're like, well, if I don't immediately have this mountaintop moment with God, did this really matter? Is it making a difference?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think too there's a point, or like everyone is on their own, like what is that thing for them? That could just be, hey, maybe come to church and like that's your thing,
Yeah.
you know? And that's the way, and that's the step that come to in uncomfortability for you. But then for others it's like, hey, how are you? You know, maybe you're in church consistently, and now maybe there's the time where, okay, I want to start serving on a team and start helping out and getting off the sidelines into the game. Or maybe I need to continue this into the week by either joining a group or leading a group. And so it's great that we're kind of setting out into fall with an intention on, hey, how are you bettering not only yourself, but also the communities and the spaces that you're stepping into? And I think it's perfect. And so we talked about the easy button too. You brought that guy out. We all thought you were going to
Thank
sit on it at
goodness.
some point,
What?
but you didn't.
I didn't think that at all. But I was happy to see it again. It's been a long time since I've seen that
is.
button. You know what I
It's one
mean?
of those things that just like jogs like
Totally.
a thing or like a time place. It's
Yep.
like, oh, I remember where I was when I saw that commercial.
Heck
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Where'd
Yeah,
you
it's
even
fun.
find it?
Amazon sells them.
Of course they did. Shout out.
It's like $5. So I bought one. Usually I'm writing on Mondays. I'm writing the manuscript for the next weekend. And so if I have like a prop idea or something like that,
Yep.
I start with, can I get this by Thursday? And then I work backwards. And so like, oh, this is possible. Okay. And then it's like, is it cheap?
Yeah.
Oh, it is
Good
cheap.
filter.
All right, let's do that. And so
Yeah.
next thing you know,
Yeah.
we got an easy button. And I mean, it's a visceral thing where it's like, oh, that was easy. And even then it was counterintuitive where you were like, I don't think it really works like that. And not to like bag on Staples, which is who the ad is for. I don't know if you've ever been to Staples. Staples has never made my life easier.
Nothing is easy about Staples.
Like it is complicated. The employees do not seem like they want to be there, which I get it. I don't think I'd want to work at Staples either. But there is nothing about it that I'm like, I got a new spring in my step. I just left Staples. Well, I guess I'm excited because I left, but
Oh, there you go.
it's not.
Way to put a positive
Yeah,
frame
yeah,
on
it's
that
not.
story.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to tell you something, and you might disagree. I feel the same way about Best Buy. I'm not to distract from the situation, but I feel like you and I are having a similar experience,
I
but I'm
think
going to
that's true.
distance ourselves from each other now. You like Best Buy or no?
No, I think Best Buy is the same. I mean, I like electronics, but I think Best Buy is the Staples of electronics stores for sure.
I'm glad that we agree. But yeah, how ironic that was Easy Button was born out of a place of chaos and never being fully stocked with Post-its that I want.
Look at that. See?
So upsetting.
Yeah. How do you feel about Staples, Mark?
I feel I like Best Buy more than I like Staples.
He frequents Staples though.
Do
like you and I probably are like, oh yeah, the once in
yeah.
every blue moon that we go to Staples.
Yeah.
This guy's there kind of a lot. So.
Yeah.
Large format printing is very cheap at Staples. So
Yeah,
when you're in architecture, we used to go there all the time to print out stuff. And sometimes I just go in every once in a while. There's one in
Checks
Menlo
on his
Park.
friends there. Sees
good.
how they're doing.
They're
Yeah, they're nice.
Mark!
Store number 1314.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Haven't shot you
That's
guys
where
an
his
email in a
clarinet
while.
club meets, actually.
yeah.
Say. The ultimate roast. He's just been practicing
Yeah,
and playing
yeah,
the clarinet
yeah,
for
yeah.
years before the
Before this
moment.
is
set up,
oh my
set up,
God,
set
you
up, set
did
up.
it. The long game. You're always on the long game.
Yeah. Phil, why aren't relationships easier?
Oh, thank goodness. I was going to ask it, but let's get right to it. Why is it so hard?
Why is it so hard, man? I mean, relationships, they take work.
Wait, are you talking about ours?
No. Ours is great.
Ours
Same
is
team.
better.
Sure.
Same
All right. That's actually the intervention that we're here for.
Hey. Surprise! They just flip the sign around.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
No,
Yeah.
we remind each other maybe once every hour or so, especially when Micah's not feeling
Crying.
great. He's been a little bit under the weather, a little bit more fussy. It's like, hey, Miss, you and I are on the same team. He can't divide us.
No. And then we have to lock eyes and just be like, don't let that dictator take over our lives. And then I look at him and make some passive aggressive comment like, did you change his diaper or not? And
Yeah.
then he's like, same team. And I'm like,
Yeah. Sure.
no, same team.
I changed the diaper.
And Mike is like, I'm the captain.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, look at them crumble.
Yes.
Yeah. I have destroyed them without words. Yeah. It's good. Just wait
capable.
till he's mobile and verbal. It gets
Any
better.
day now. Any
Yikes.
day now.
Gets
But seriously, tell us, why is it so hard?
I mean, I
Don't
think.
do the easy thing where it's like, we're all imperfect.
I mean, it is true that we're all imperfect. I also think that most of the time we have uncommunicated expectations, not just to someone else, but to ourselves. Like we actually don't even really know what we want in relationships. We want someone else to be a mind reader because we haven't said it, we don't even totally know it, and they're doing the same thing. So you're like you're in like a relational minefield that you blindfolded have laid minds down in, and so has the other person. And every experience is like, I don't really know where I put those minds, but how dare you step on one of them? You're like, well, you never communicated that this was an expectation.
You should have known.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, if you really loved me. Yeah.
If you really loved me,
Yep.
I would never have done that to you.
Yeah. So I think, and then I think what gets tricky in marriage, like, relationships are one thing. I think what gets tricky in marriage is that oftentimes we have like a point in time that we connect our relationship to, and we go, you can talk to couples pretty quickly and go, hey, tell me about a time where you fell in love. Tell me about a time where it felt like the stars aligned. And they'll describe oftentimes a time kind of early in the relationship. And usually what's happened is that one person has locked their vision of that other person down to that moment. And every 6 or 7 years, we're basically an entire new person. Like our skin has shed. We have some likes that are the same, some dislikes that are the same, but we're different. We're different on a whole bunch of levels. Yep. The biggest pain point of marriage, statistically, is 7 years, like a seventh year in. And so I think that expectation gap that exists, not just with other people, but within ourselves, and then I think understanding that you experience it when you go hang out with friends that you haven't seen since you were a kid. You have two choices. What we usually do is we actually revert to the way that we showed up as a kid because that's how we know how to relate to them and that's how they know how to relate to us. But if you've ever spent time with someone that you haven't spent time with in years for several days, and you're like, wait a second, that you see parts of them you didn't know existed, and it's like contradictory to what your expectations for that person were. So I think most of us, it's being more aware of what we need in a relationship giving space for that other person to do the same, and then, as absurdly basic as it sounds, giving space for people to communicate that.
Don't you hate when you ask a question and then someone's like, let's hold up a mirror and look at yourself and realize what you're doing wrong in the situation as to what the real problem is? Thanks for doing that.
It's
That
not
was
me.
great.
I mean, maybe the Holy Spirit did it, but I'm just over here just talking.
No,
you know?
it's so good, and I was recently reminded of this as we entered into parenthood and just like becoming a new mom, and I was so hurt by some of my friends, oldest friends, like lived together in college, like did ministry together, like all decades under our belt, that I felt like didn't show up for me or for Mark or for the baby or whatever, and feeling so abandoned and like, are we really friends or whatever, and then realizing that I never did that for any new mom in my life. And I just didn't know what expectations or needs there were from someone going through that until I lived it myself. And so finally, when I realized that, I had to apologize not only to my veteran mom friends that went through it without me and supporting them in the ways that I see now are helpful, as well as to my friends that I blamed or had these expectations on that I didn't communicate, and just say, I resented you for a moment, and now it's over. But I didn't tell you that I resented you until this moment. But I forgive you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that I even held that against you when I didn't even say that I needed you or wanted you to come by, or whatever it was in the moment that I needed. But it sucks to hold up the mirror, man. You see a lot of flaws.
And it's hard. It's hard to know. I mean, in that situation, it's hard to know even what you need as a new parent, because it often changes. And so I'm always, it's always tough to be like, oh, there's a meal train and people have a kid, and you're like, well, I'm happy to come see. Like, I'd love to come see, but I don't want to be one more person in the hospital room.
Yeah.
Do you want me to like just send you a DoorDash gift certificate? Do you want me to make you something?
That is a very specific love language that I think translates to every person.
Do you want me to like drop it off at your front door and then run
away?
Like,
Do you want me to hold the baby?
yeah, like, and then
Not hold the baby.
some people are like, come in and have dinner, and we're gonna
true.
leave, and you have a baby. Like, it just depends. And I
Yeah.
think when you don't communicate your expectations, oftentimes people will lead with what they would do in that
Yes,
situation,
yes.
right? So
Yep.
yeah, it's really hard, and it changed. Like, I think as a parent, even with just one child, you're gonna go through phases where it's like, hey, I'm not ready to be around people, and then like within days, you're like, oh my gosh, why aren't people around? And you're like, oh, this is okay, And I think having people in your life that are okay with that and understand that that's part of it, like, hey, I'm not ready. Hey, I'm ready. Like, oh, come on over. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I think that sort of vulnerability is really important, and it extends beyond just parenting, right? Like,
totally.
we had a really like long day this week, one day, and I was pretty physically tired, but I was like, man, I want to hang out with a friend. And so I reached out to somebody and was like, hey, you want to hang out? And we ended up hanging out. It was great. It was like very restorative to me. I was physically tired, but there was like something in me that felt depleted socially. And so I think, sometimes that space, time with God, time with our own mind and heart, to just take personal inventory. What is it that I need? And I we talked about it this weekend. I think a lot of times the trade-off we make, we go from, instead of showing up well, we just count down, and we count down to when we can numb out. And everybody's got numbing behaviors. It's like a universal human thing. But if that numbing behavior for you is leaving you more tired than when you sat down to do it, I would just say that numbing behavior is not helping you. And so if you're like, oh, I love sitting down and watching this show for 6 hours, like, at the end, how do you feel? Worse? Like, I just say, like, it's not helping,
He kept saying that after Love Island binges, and I'm like, come on,
Sure,
Mark,
sure.
buck up.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Show some grit. Come on.
Yeah, that's
Said you're a
great.
tenacious person. Come on now.
These relationships are definitely going to be successful. Yeah.
I have hope for that.
I'm sure they.
I do feel like you're kind of commenting on something even that we got to hear this weekend, which was, Jesus' call for us to go out in pairs to, do things together, and like for you to be physically tired and then say, I want to hang out with a friend. That would be so shocking. I mean, you won't believe this, but I'm like semi-introverted, and I would just feel like I would never call a friend being tired to be like, oh, let's hang out.
Yeah.
That will rejuvenate me or replenish my soul in some way. And so hearing you say that, and also hearing you earlier talk about, Jesus called for us to live to get like that, I'm just like, are you sure?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, I think everybody's got a different, personality profile. Before COVID, I was much more introverted, much more introverted. And COVID sort of broke me. And I was like, oh, I guess relationships aren't guaranteed. Like, we might all have to live inside forever again. And so I think something inside, I went from like an INTJ and Myers-Briggs to ENTJ for sure. I still have restorative practices that are introvert practices, running by myself, riding a bike, going for a walk, studying solitude, where I will feel much more rejuvenated at times after that. But I think that even the introvert inside of me, when I'm in a like big group of people, I'm gonna leave that big group of people more tired than when I got there. But when I'm like with somebody that I don't have to be on for, I can show up, just chill, and then leave. That can be restorative for me, even in like a more introverted space. And so, I think that where can you really power down? I think is a good key relationship question. Do you have people in your life where you have to perform?
Yep.
Those are probably pretty difficult people to feel rested around. And if nobody in your life is a person that you feel like you can power down for and not perform, I don't want to make anybody feel bad. I'd say that's probably got more to do with you.
Yeah, hold up the mirror again.
And so like there's probably somebody in your life that would like love it if you just didn't perform.
Yeah.
If you're just like, this is me, and I might not be the funniest person in the room. I might not have the next best thing to say. I might not entertain you, but like, let's just chill. And I think that's a gift we can give to people.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Because when I heard I'm tired, I don't want to hang out with someone, or I'm tired and I'm going to do that, that means the best version of me isn't showing up and the more real version of me comes out. And what if they don't like me?
Yeah, yeah.
What if they don't like this side of like I'm not going to perform. I'm not going to portray this thing that this person might know me as, but I'm going to come more as who I am right now. And I think that's when real relationships happen, is in those spaces.
The vulnerability of being your true self.
Yeah, there's the performative piece is huge. And so we talked about different ways this week on what it means to bless others as well. And part of that is showing up as you are. And Missy, I don't know why I called you Missy. That's weird. Miss.
That's weird. I'm wife.
Yes. We talked about bless and how this is not an acronym, but it's what's 4th and 5th grade teachers? How are you going to make them proud right now?
It's an acrostic.
It's an acrostic. Okay.
Framework, the bless framework.
Yep.
It's really,
Let's begin with prayer, listen with care, eat together, serve in love, and share your story. I love those.
Yeah, which one do you like the best?
Oh, eat for sure.
I knew you were going to say that.
Well, we've been doing this thing where Missy has been picking out a recipe and I've been cooking it. It's been a fun way for like me to be surprised and like, what are we having for dinner tonight? And for you not to have to do everything, which is great.
It's a nice little division of labor.
It is. But it's been really fun. I mean, for us to connect in a time where like really it's kind of like who's taking care of the baby right now and making sure Micah doesn't die.
Sure. Yeah.
And any other scraps will go to us connecting. So it's like that time has been really fun, but we've been in a good rhythm of trying to have friends or neighbors or people over from the church over to try to, I don't know, have a meal together as the weather isn't excruciatingly hot, like in our backyard, which has been really fun. And it's been something we've been doing this whole summer. And it's just a great way for us, one, if it's a regular thing that happens, then there's no way I can show up my best version every week. And so then I'm held accountable to show up as I am, to bring if I had a good day at work or a bad day at work, or if things are going well, or if Micah had a hard night and I've been tired all day and angry. And so it's been a really great way for me to be able to try to put others first and also try to instill a habit that I can keep myself accountable with, and you help me with this a lot, of just, okay, like we still need to love others despite when we're not feeling like we need to love others. And why are you laughing right now?
I'm such a good wife. I'm the best wife ever.
Amazing.
I'll just be like, you're so bad at loving people. So he's being really gentle with how I sound at home, but that's the real thing that comes out of my mouth. Like, why is it so hard for you to love this person? Because they're annoying. I know they're annoying, but we still have to love them. Why? I don't want to love them if they're annoying.
It's not for me to love. It's for someone else.
Someone else is going to love them better than me. Okay, that's on them. Like, okay, well.
Yeah. Appreciate that honesty,
Thanks, Phil.
It's good.
Phil, what about for you? What is
Yeah.
your favorite bless?
Same again. B.
B, begin with prayer.
L.
L, listen with care.
E.
That should have been an air. Eat together, air. We'll workshop that.
Okay.
S, serve in love. S, share your story.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like unlocking share your story for people because we talked about it this weekend. I think there's so much pressure of like, I've heard you share the gospel, Phil, and so I guess when I tell people, it's like I should have a different kind of voice and don't need to hold a Bible, and like God loved them, but they sinned, and so God loved them enough to send his son who died in their place and then came back from the grave. So if they'll redirect their entire life, choose to submit to Jesus as Lord, and then they'll experience better life now and eternal life waiting. And that's what's happened to me, and my life is perfect. And would you do it?
Nice.
Like, A, that's not honest. And B, like, it's probably really weird and intimidating to do that. And so just helping people think through what are the chapters of your story that you can share how God has shown up. And the more integrated our faith and our life become, the easier it is to tell a part of our story and how it's interacted and integrated with our faith, because it's natural and normal. And so, I lead a cohort every year of leaders in the space of technology and AI in Silicon Valley. It's a pretty small group of people, and we go through 8 months of curriculum. We meet 3 times a month, and it's around how do I integrate my faith into my work. And as we were talking about this concept, I was like, for some of you, it might be like you're having a conversation with a colleague, and as the person is talking about like how they're showing up at work, you could just say something as simple as like, hey, I'm going to be honest, I'm like really being challenged right now that my own personal faith has sort of been weirdly separated from work, and I just have not been caring for people well. Like the way that I know in my faith I'm supposed to love people well, I've done that outside of work pretty well, but I'm really being challenged by God to bring that to work so that I can love people better here. And I'm sorry for not doing that. Like that's sharing your story. That's a chapter of your story that's relevant in the moment with personal vulnerability. So I think just helping people understand there are parts of your story like that that all become avenues to talk about faith and how God shows up in your everyday life that hopefully just significantly lower the intimidation of being able to do it. And then when you watch people try it and have the conversation, all of a sudden, like, evangelism is a much less scary term. And maybe you're going to have a conversation about, like, tell me about that faith, or, who is Jesus, or whatever, that you have the next part of the conversation about your personal faith and who Jesus is to you and all that. But I also think planting seeds of just over and over and over again, how do you live a life that's integrated where Jesus shows up in every part of your life, that when you're talking about every part of your life, it's easy for it to be about Jesus at some point because he's in every part of your life. So that demystifying that is really fun for me.
Yeah, that's great.
It is a skill, I feel like, to articulate your story in a way that is honest, but also like comprehensive it doesn't have to be like flashy necessarily, but it's an art. And so I feel like even just the language that you're giving your friends in this AI tech group that you lead, I could see that really revolutionizing a workspace. Just that like really honest, and vulnerable, but also just like really shocking for a corporate world to hear. Like it's tough to kind of find those words sometimes. So it's good coaching. Yeah.
What about for you, Miss? Begin with prayer, listen with care, eat together, serve in love, share your story.
The listen with care, I feel like, is something that I really waver in because I really struggle with what care is defined by. And I think something about Mark and I is that we really differ in this kind of realm and deciding what care looks like for people. And so I love to listen without judgment. I am a galvanizer, and so sometimes I get into trouble because for me, listening with care is often then perceived by someone like Mark to be like hyping people up maybe in the wrong direction. So I feel like a good example is
More Love Island. Keep leaning in. Have you started the next season? Watch party. Okay, sorry.
very real though.
Yeah.
My cousin, she's 12 days younger than me. We grew up together. She, lived maybe less than a mile away from me all growing up. We're very close. We also are, I would say, pretty guarded, but with each other, we exhibit like just a level of honesty that I feel like most people don't know about.
It's commendable how honest you are with each other. Like
it's also
it's
frightening
a good thing,
sometimes.
but it's also a lot.
Yes, it's a lot. And it is really like we unveil like the darkest and ugliest parts of ourselves, which is a true gift. It really is. And then there are times when Mark is welcomed into this conversation and he'll see how perhaps a piece of us that is unlayered and is not the prettiest is met with such empathy or grace or love or hype. I don't know, like,
Sure.
I made this wrong decision. Yeah, you did, girl. Like, go ahead, go off, queen, or whatever it is. And Mark is like, how are we commending? Like, this is not a behavior that we should be, like celebrating, I suppose. And so we really, like, I do hear that voice a lot in my head when I am listening and trying not to, I guess, perpetuate something that I think is maybe morally difficult to hear or that I disagree with or whatever else it is. But ultimately, I always come back to a place where, like, when it is my turn to listen, which I feel like it should 90% of the time be, and not to share my opinion on something, not to pass judgment, not to, criticize or whatever it might be. Like, I really am just trying to hear what is behind the words that someone is saying, hear them for where they're at and hear what they're saying, but also like wonder what is it that is at the deeper core of what they're searching for or what they're needing. And most often, you're met with the resounding truth that it's Jesus, it's love, it's forgiveness, it's, all these things that we are desperate for. And so I do waver and try to figure out what it looks like to show up in that sense, like visibly, tangibly in front of someone, but also knowing that listening with care is often just be quiet. No, just listening in love. And so that's the one that I feel like I'm liking these days. Yeah. I'm being put to the test a lot with because Micah doesn't actually say words. He just has noises. I'm really trying to listen to him
Great.
as well. But yeah.
It's good. It's really good. Words are coming.
Words are coming.
Let's hope he's a chatter. And I can't wait to yap with that little boy. I mean, that'll be so
Big
fun.
yapper.
He's got big yap energy. He's already just like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, say it again. Anyways, okay.
As soon as he can sit up long enough, we'll just like prop him
right
there.
there.
One
Please,
day.
Give him a little mic.
That'd be really fun.
Please.
Yeah, we'll give him a little fake mic that'll just chew on the whole time, and we'll just amplify all the slobber noises.
Oh, like a little ASMR?
Yeah, exactly.
I would love nothing more. You too. I know you love
That's
it.
the final
Sounds
S
great.
is slobber.
Bless.
Sure.
Well, we hope that everyone is going to have a great week after this, and that you can put some of this into practice this week. We are again
Is this
to be
it?
mindful.
Are we done?
We're
Are we
almost done.
almost done?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
ending it?
He's making a segue, so we'll
What?
spotlight some future upcoming events.
Oh.
Yep.
He's going to tell people if they
Well, you
need
didn't
prayer
even
or
tell
connection.
everything about the
Yeah.
about your talk yet. Okay.
Well, I mean, they've heard the talk
I
most of the
know.
time, so we're just trying to like add the.
I know there's so much more
If
though.
we were adding
There's
some
so
stuff
much more.
to it,
I'm just sad that this time
What's
is ending.
what's coming down the pipeline for next gen stuff?
Oh my gosh, so
heading
much.
into fall?
If you know someone or you are someone in ninth grade, we've got a great event called the Rise event, which is taking place right here at the bank in Menlo Park. It's one of my favorite events. It's an overnight, and it's just a night full of fun, no pressure. Like we just hang out. We kind of like this term rise because you are a rising ninth grader, but I like it because ninth grade is such a huge developmental time for kids to like kind of rise into their identity. Like they are now starting to grab hold of things and what they're good at or what they like as like kind of stamping it on themselves as like, this is who I am. And so we really want people to rise into that identity that Jesus made them and and loves them. And so I would highly recommend that event. We've got, even before that, the week before that, we've got Jersey Day in Menlo Kids,
Yep.
where we're inviting everyone to, rock their favorite team's jersey, favorite athlete's jersey, or the jersey that they get to wear, on a weekday if they have soccer practice or they're in dance or whatever team they're part of. We really want to see the jerseys come out. You got a jersey that you would wear? Who's your
I probably do.
favorite athlete, favorite team?
I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. I
This is
know.
awkward. Okay, well,
pretty tough.
maybe pick a different one on that day.
Sure.
No, please show up authentically. We want to
Yeah.
know you better.
Yeah. That's
And
great.
we got midweek mix coming up pretty soon
do.
too. So
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday at Menlo Park.
Yep, we got Dive for
Ooh,
10th,
that's right.
11th, and 12th graders.
Heck
That's
yeah.
coming up starting in September. And then we have middle school frenzy coming up. Those
Fall
sign up.
frenzy. Yeah.
Yeah, final those signups just went live. So
That's right.
And if you're looking for something for students and you're like, it's been hard to find that stuff, we made a little bit easier place for you to find it if you just go to menlo.church/students. Like when you go menlo.church/connect, it takes you to a thing that's really designed for you with what are the big things you need to be aware of right now. We did the same thing at menlo.church/students. So if you want to bookmark that or, just go, hey, what's the thing coming up? Where can I find that form? You'll be able to find it there. So
That's the best too, because I just feel like, Fall Frenzy, that registration books up so fast.
So fast.
You want to get there as soon as possible. So that's a nice, easy link. What is it again? I forgot.
menlo.church/students.
With one S at the end.
Single S.
Two S's for slobber.
This is students.
Serve in love.
Well, have a
We
great
just
week,
start
everybody.
burying
What? I'm
links.
so
Text us if you need
sad.
anything.
Aw.
650-600-0402. Yeah,
Does that go to you?
kind of. It goes to our student or our online team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
the students.
Hey, can I mention one more thing?
Of course.
Alpha
Yeah.
is coming up, and you heard about it a little bit this last weekend if you're at a campus. I'm excited because the church that I was at after grad school, we did Alpha. Actually, the person that runs Alpha for the whole West Coast is on that staff still. Cool. But Alpha is a conversation, a series of conversations over meals. And we are going in big as a church to be able to hopefully help you model. Really, the entire blessed paradigm can be done at Alpha. Begin with prayer, listen with care, eat together, serve with love, and share your story. Literally, you can do all of that at Alpha. So if you're like, where can I try that? Alpha is a great place to do it. You can learn more at menlo.church/connect. You can find the dates. All of Menlo campuses are coming together at the Los Altos Community Center, which is beautiful. If you've never seen it, it's going to be fantastic. So if you're going, oh man, I'm not sure what to do on Tuesday nights this fall, I just found it for you. Go check it out. And it is such an easy invite. It's not even at a church. And so if somebody's like, what is this? Oh, we share a meal together. We talk a little bit about faith. It is not you sitting in a sermon and then leaving. It is like you listen to a brief talk about a conversation, a question, and then you have the conversation in a non-judgmental way around tables with people who are given the chance to talk about faith in a place that's more open. So, I just really encourage you, if that's something that's for you, go sign up for it. And please, 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 if you're a follower of Jesus and you're going, friend, neighbor, coworker, classmate, it is perfect for them.
Yep.
It's so fun. We did it over Zoom and we loved it. So if it's good virtual, then it's great in person. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, have a great week, everybody. Thank you, Missy, for being on. Thanks,
Amazing.
Phil.
I'm so sad our time is over.
I know. You did great.
It'd be
great.
cool if we had like a song that we signed up.
You can
on.
make one.
Yeah, sure. Right now. Go for it.
Play the clarinet.
Oh, no.
Oh!
Thank you all for being here with
Phil.
Missy.
Mark. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Yay.